Hey guys, Jordan here with the GeoMock channel, and I'm back here with Merrick, and for a brand new episode of Space Engineers. Welcome back, everyone. And today, I have no idea what we're going to do. Keep working towards our ultimate goal of getting into space and making a mothership. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on some things today while Merrick, Shadow, whatever you want to call him, is he's working on some options right now. He's having some visual issues with seeing the grass, and he sees it kind of as nighttime, and it's very dark. As we can see here, it's daytime. So, and we do have the day-night cycle turned off, so we can always have first solar panel energy, and second, so that you guys can always see everything that's going on there on YouTube. So, so anyway, so I have no idea what we're gonna get started on today. Definitely want to get into space as soon as we can. Probably going to get some hydrogen going so we can do that. Get up into space, maybe check out some trader ships. We do have four new mods on today, and I will link those in the description below. I think we have, Atmospheric Thrusters mod, which is
all it does is...
go ahead.
It basically... Hang on, I'm crouching.
Yeah.
It adds thruster reverses for any thruster type, but you cannot have the small thrusters with thruster reverses on the small grid.
Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. So the thruster reversers for like atmospheric thrusters, so that we can land jets and stop them and whatnot. What else? We do have the
tool, which basically allows me to pick up stuff. Like I'm holding this assault rifle.
Like he'll demonstrate here. We have the assault rifle here. And I can pick it up, actually, but, just pick it up. Well, what button does that do?
It's just the mouse, but you can't be holding any tools.
Oh, okay. Like, so if I take this off my tool.
And then you just walk over it and pick it up. You gotta hold the mouse button.
Left mouse?
Yep. And just pick it up.
I don't seem to be able to do it.
And
that's unfortunate. What else do we have?
The attachment-based mod, which basically allows you to have a large grid object. Like, there's a large grid block,
right,
and you can place small grid objects on it.
Right, that makes sense. So we get rid of the the landing gear, ugly landing gear here, and we make an actual nice looking block so that we can put a small grid, say, on this base. Yeah, so the last mod we have is the Aerodynamics mod. It adds some wings and allows planes to actually operate like planes instead of having basically a hovercraft. You can actually fly a jet through. And I think that's what we're going to get started on today. I think we'll make a jet plane and probably take it off down here at the water.
Ice lake.
Yeah, at the ice lake. So we'll get it started up here and we'll take it down there. Alright guys, welcome back. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I have it all set up here, and I have everything probably that we'll need to go down in the bottom here. We're gonna make a hydrogen single stage to orbit craft so we can get up into space and start working. It's gonna have all hydrogen power in it and some fusion reactors. So here we go. And for the meantime, Shadow is actually out of the game. He is working on getting his graphics drivers a little bit behind, so he's going to work on getting that fixed up. And while he's doing that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I think what I want to do here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get started with the standard. I need some interior plates for that. And what I want to do, I think, is we're going to have a two-person, because we will be going up in both of us at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to have one cockpit here, and this cockpit will be kind of like the navigator, normally like a gunner or whatever. And behind them we'll have... Can't get to it right now because of the way that this is placed, but I'm going to have to go up.
What we're going to need when we get up into space, we're going to need enough stuff to make a few solar panels and a lot of steel plates.
Right.
Actually, I think to start we would need stuff to make a refinery and an assembler, and then we can start from that.
Okay guys, so we have the two different cockpits here, kind of liking that. I don't know if that's a little bit higher than I would want it. Probably is a little bit higher. So I'm going to have to get that fixed. Alright guys, and we're going to go ahead and get this time lapsed and enjoy.